Yes, Ravi.
Okay. So, morning as we are discussing about service contracts, about the what kind of customization we can do there and how we can use the take this service contract basics. Write this one. It is an outline agreement with customers that define the scope of service under specific condition for a particular period. That is called a contract. Contract is also an agreement, but it's called outline agreement. Example, take this example. A PC manufacturing company will have server, workstations, and printer. But the next line, we can also use UBB. UBB stands for usage based billing for the subscription based contracts like electricity or cable network. Then this is a very important structure what you have to remember. What a header has and what an item has. Take this structure in your notes. understand this diagram, I can see very uh, important things like install base, like objects. All of you have tried this creating install base or objects or products. Have you tried?
Ravi, I've looked at the some of the existing install base.
Good. Okay, you can replicate them.
Yeah.
How about you, Geeta? Try these things. Then only you'll understand. You have to try the examples given there. CRMD underscore order. So for service contracts, for example, SC start. There are no service contracts available at this moment. So we have already created one CH. This one. You can see the header data here. His header contains partner, dates, billing plan. You can see this billing, service data, payment form. So one by one we have to add You can also take this price list type wholesale and add service data, add billing data, like cost, insurance and freight. So somebody have changed the partner determination, but yes, you can still.
Hello, Ravi.
Yeah, hi.
Hello. Would it be possible for me to record, please?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Nancy. Nancy story. So we have to add correct data, otherwise system will not allow, because this partner determination is not working, which has been given there. So it's all in the header data, so which it is showing us. So they have given multiple determinations here, and so these all are partner determinations which it is asking us to enter, because the determination did not give it automatically, so manually we have to enter. Sales assistant BP role should be employee. Too many ship to party. Yeah. That's fine. This is not an error. So from this diagram, we have filled
So Ravi,
most of the details, like your partner details we have filled. Now we can fill the text details. So within a service contract, billing details. When it goes to billing, Incoterms, that means cost, freight, insurance and freight. CAF means. What are the terms of payment with this service customer? It's a special payment term. So destination country is US, region Illinois. So
okay.
then you can also go with cancellation. If this contract is cancelled, so you will have some cancellation rules. What is the cancellation procedure? And who is the party cancelling it? Is a contractor or contractee or licensee? So anybody can, and date of cancellation receipt. So that's what he says. Here cancellation becomes a, and on the same header you can also see product, organization, texts. All these things are part of this particular contract. So once we have saved it, you can see this. You can enter the service data, like what is the date of signature, where is the installation, acceptance date. All these things can be given within this particular and just a minute. You can go into a follow-up and also so you can add the item and see the item number and see the products. You have to take the product type called service, not the material. For example, something like SRV1 annual maintenance. So what is the quantity? For 2 I can take. Status is open. So these kind of products you can add here, and service data you can add, but this is an item. Okay, product means it's a high level item with an item number 10. So that's what he says, item number. So item number will have many other dependencies. So just click on this, it will take you to the item level details. That means what is the posting date, what is the item number, any external item number which you can give, and you can also give, this is item level. Okay, this is item level service data.
Okay.
So item category determination also we have to maintain here. And what he says is, here we can give some service related profiles. That means these are called service profile. When you go to product list, we can add the specific product category. So here you'll also have, you can see this, when you're having a product will belong to a particular object. That's what the product category is all about. So we can add because every category will belong to an object list. What is an object list? I can add to this. So item category is a different thing.
Yes.
And if you can see this, you also write this point. Each item will have the release date. For example, since start of contract, last 3 months. That means if this range is for next 6 months, last 3 months the release will happen. So I've taken since start of the contract. And these are all item level settings, okay? So
Yeah.
we don't require product catalog. Billing is anyway header we have given. Where did we see the service and response profile? Can you recall? Morning we have discussed. While customizing the contracts, if you remember. While customizing the contract at the header level, I have shown you, right? The morning. In the service contract. At the header level.
Yeah.
We have seen two things, response profile and service profile. So once it starts working, that means determination starts working, you can add these things. Right now the determination, this should not be grayed out. You guys create some contracts. So this one is over.
Yes, okay.
Write this basic definitions. Service data. Right now the screens which you have seen, there is something called service data in it. Right, service with service data, we can define the characteristics of service product in the contract items. Where is this service data? Here it is. You can define, you can maintain the service agreements that define the characteristics of service product in the contract items. Then take object list. Take the definition of object list. Done. There is something called product list. Write this. Then write what is the release list. Service parts entered in the product list are claimed as part of, that means when the service orders, repairs will come, then the system records this in the release list. Suppose any repair is there, there is a certain quantity of replacements are there in the systems, some ramps have to be replaced, so that they will mention in the release list with a date. That's what we have seen release list here. So for example, the last 2 weeks, that means the last 2 weeks of the month, we will generally release all the required repair items. We will not release all days in the month. So that's the release list companies will follow in case of repairs. That's the reason if your hard disk is on warranty, they will take 1 month of time to replace you, because they will not replace every time. Right, pricing agreements. Pricing agreements are contract specific prices and discounts. So morning we have discussed SC. I want you guys to go and check SCC. Isn't it? Done? Take this. SC and SCC are standard. So morning we have seen that T codes, right? I think it's. Do I need to restart? Because GoToMeeting is a problem. Not able to hear me.
I can hear you, Ravi.
Hello.
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ravi.
Yes. Right. So take this billing plan. Billing plans in contract items are controlled by periodic billing. There are two types of billings, generally periodic billing and milestone billing in the billing concept. Out of that, service will always use periodic. That means this much time, this much service is done, you have to pay this much. So write this. This is a definite question they'll ask. What kind of billing plans do service use? If you want to know the billing plans, you can go here. In the billing, terms of payments, delivery and payment terms, here you can observe the billing date, the billing quantity, all these things will be there. These are all nothing but, that's the reason dates are. Dates means this is periodic billing. Take this. And write this point. SAP CRM has an integration with SAP ERP Financials. Take this page number 111. I don't need to write this diagram, but I want you guys to understand and ask me some questions. It's very complex, but see, somebody will ask you an end-to-end service question. They may ask you about how about revenues in your service planning. After service billing, what happens? The invoice will go to the service item. Invoice will go to the actual cost spent for the service, and what is the actual revenue we have, what is the deferred revenue. So that will be made as a profit, because companies will also gain lot of profits in the service centers. So this revenue recognition is an integration between ERP and, so see this and ask me. You don't need to configure all these things. This is a standard system configuration.
Okay.
You can see this used resources, service parts, service expenses. Expenses means your travel, your stay, and consumables. They may use some tools which may spoil. So all these things will be billed for this particular work.
So Ravi,
Yeah.
so in an actual scenario, I'm just trying to understand as a consultant,
Yeah.
why would I be, I mean, not why, but is it necessary to understand what is the deferred revenue for the service, what the pending service request and all these stuff?
Yeah. Because you should understand how the SAP CRM service model is working. Suppose this company is trying to implement your SAP CRM service. First of all, you should understand what is the the service concept in CRM, SAP CRM, then only you will be able to implement further. How the header behaves, how the item behaves, what kind of billing they have, what kind of financial integration they have, how do they make profits in the, there will be different revenue, right? Suppose
Yes.
for all doing the service, so what happens, you may be spending 2 crores, but your total bill may be 6 crores.
Yes.
And the expenses would be 2 crores. That means the deferred revenue is 2 crores.
Yeah.
So that will be calculated here.
Okay.
And don't forget that we also, for the warranty, 1 year warranty is what most of the product, cars and everything are put. Those are all again expense for the company, isn't it? Your service center is doing a free service, but manufacturer should pay it. You know that logic, right? For each service, number of services completed, there will be a flat charge for the.
Yes, yes, sir. But then it all. I mean, I'm trying to understand the deferred revenue in a sense, because unless until the service is rendered, it will
Yeah.
still be as a liability.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because on the contract you will have 3 or 4 service cycles.
Yes.
But
Yes.
but it will show that the money is coming, but it will not come unless and until the service is rendered.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's a fact. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is one of the important. So any questions, Swapna, Geeta? It is a complex diagram, but yes, even if you try to understand the basics of it. In SAP FICO, there is something called COPA, controllability and profitability analysis. It will control total cost, how much you are spending, and companies should not end up in spending more money than what they should. And companies will go into doldrums if this service sector, and this is the only CRM who has this service revenue model. No other CRM has this.
Okay.
I mean, not for the namesake, it will exactly control your service revenues. It will say that always you will be in profits by no unnecessary claims and no unreliable claims. Right? So take something on service plans. Service plans. Right. Recurring services. After the sales. In the manufacturing industry. Will follow a service plan. Right. Service date and time is fixed. throughout the product life cycle, maybe 20 years, maybe 10 years. So like something like submarines, something like aircrafts, the entire life it has to be serviced, isn't it? These days even cars also they're following the same model. The manufacturer will keep on reminding you about pending services as long as you are in touch with him. And it will have the time, details and location. Three things: time, the details of service order and location. Because these aircrafts or bigger manufacturing items or automobile items or aerospace items, they will not be in single location. They'll be in multiple locations. Isn't it? Then service plan is very essential. Right? Right. Right, another point here. We can set up a follow-up transaction whenever the service plan is due. Maybe an agent calls the customer 1 week before, the service is due. And service plan's standard T code is SRMP. You can see this. Service plan is always dependent upon the reference object. SPMP, what is talking about. So, and you can have service interval template, plan type, schedule type, and you can see this SRMP. So if you can see this, your SAP service plan is exactly referring to an object. Which object it is? Reference object. Here it is. Object is BUS 2000245, and you can see this. The action profile is completely different from the. It's a service maintenance underscore PLAN underscore print. This is one of the main action profile we use it in this particular transaction type. SAP service plan, SRMP. So what he says, so it always refers to an object, then service plan type, scheduling type, and service order template. So come here, CRMP underscore order. business transaction, create SAP service plan. See the service plans, basic details in the general. So if you can see this, whenever you create a service plan, it is always dependent on service plan type and then the scheduling type. So if you can see here, the header, service data, that means the service data valid from one date to valid from to valid to, and then the product info. So what he says is service plan type and scheduling type, and the last one is service order template. So what do you mean by service order template? Scheduling means different date scheduling. Service plan type means
Yes.
which kind of service plans you are
Services.
mentioning. Right now it is SRMP, which it is independent of service contract object
Based.
related. So that means service plan will not work with service contract. Remember, service plan is not related to service contract. Plans are very much specific on the dates. These are the two different options we have for going for planned services. You write this. Take this diagram. Two options. this diagram exactly says you can use this service plan and service contract also to do these services, but service plan is exactly without contract. It will go, and so what it says is you can go for a service plan type. Where is a service plan type? So if you go to business transaction, see, in this service process, any of these things are like remote service or service process. Any of these things are called service plan types. But our main concentration right now when it comes to service plans, beyond normal service types, here it is. But this service order plan type, service order type also will follow the, can copy the service plan. That's what he says. Even the service plan type also can copy the service plan. So that's what it becomes a service plan type. Done. So you can still follow the service plan type because it is basic service plans. If you know, it is enough, because people will not ask you in detail, because these all are transactions only. They are slightly
Different transaction.
divided. You can see this. Write this: service plan type and schedule type. Service plan type will be time counter and time and counter, and scheduling type will be cyclical, fixed, once, only once, or alternating. Alternating means sometimes cyclical, sometimes fixed. Done. So take this tick, CRMD underscore service underscore cycle. CRMD underscore service underscore cycle. For example, this is one of the template. You can see this ideas underscore HTML, take that template, service plan type, and right. So take this path, SAP menu, service, maintain, service intervals. Done. Yeah, yeah. So tomorrow we are going to weekdays, like both of you have to give me a consent of time, Swapna and Arun. So we will have
Ravi,
one more session.
yeah, Ravi, you tell us. I'm fine with the morning sessions, Ravi, on weekdays.
Okay, even for her it is fine. Tuesday 8:30 we'll catch up.
Yeah, no problem, Ravi.
Yeah, Ravi. That's fine.
Right then. 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday, not on Monday, because
Yeah.
Monday I have an SAP session, SD session.
Sure, Ravi. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 8:30
Yeah.
Tuesday, no
Yeah.
problem.
Bye.
Thank you.